So we've done a lot of upper body work in these videos in regards to gardening and our forwarding slump. But the other thing that happens when we're gardening, whether we're on our knees, kneeling, squatting, sitting on something, is that we have a lot of flexion at our hip, especially if we're standing, right, and doing stuff. So it's really nice to open up the front of the hip as well as open up the spine. So you can have yoga blocks. You could have a wall or a chair beside you, and we'll just do a low lunge. This is not Pilates per se. And if it hurts to be on your knees, you can put a blanket underneath your knees, and we're going to step one leg forward. I don't really have on the right clothing for this. Okay, so I have my hands on my blocks. They can be up on a high place. You could have your hands on a chair or a wall in the hallway, and maybe you don't need your hands. Maybe you can put your hands on the floor. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our back hip, the pelvis, and bring it forward so that we stretch into the space where the crease happens when we fold. It's our hip flexors, and into the thigh. The stretch will go down your thigh. And I would just hang out here and breathe. And we want to make sure that your knee is above your ankle. If your foot is back and you're forward, you can feel a lot of pressure into the knee. And a lot of people's ankles don't allow that much flexion. So make sure your foot is forward. I'll just use one block so you all can see what's happening there. You can have the core pulled in to support your spine. We don't need you to just crunch into your low back. The core supports you. We're thinking sort of, well, it doesn't need to be a straight line from your shoulder to your knee, because if I lifted my chest up, I would get more stretch. The stretch comes all the way through my stomach muscles. There's a stomach muscle that attaches up pretty high in your lumbar spine and goes all the way, well, it goes to through the front of the hip crease. It's called your psoas. But this is a lovely stretch. I would hold it for several breaths, and then you could stick your butt back so you can put your knee down, so you can switch your legs so that you can come forward, and you're sort of pushing forward into that hip crease on the back leg side. And you could have your hands for support. Again, chair, wall, you don't have to use anything. You'd get a lot of work if you hold yourself up, but it's a lovely, lovely stretch. Breathing. You could sit here and look out the window at your beautiful plants that you're growing, or the pile of leaves that still need to be picked up. All right, so I wanted to make sure that we included a little bit of those hip flexors as well.